right? Or y'all are setting up camp for a while, or you're getting a wagon to drop a motherfucker in. But you're not going to walk 12 miles in a day and lose a level of exhaustion. I don't care if you go to sleep at night or not.
Right. If anything, you're going to gain another level because
you
they
need
start
to
to stack on
reset.
top of each other. They feed, and I really feel that the exhaustion rules in 5e were a lot of people overlooked them, and a lot of the written campaigns just ignored them. I mean, because and for good reason, because everybody wants to be the superhero, everybody wants to go on that thrill park ride, but they were really brutal with the exhaustion rules, and if they applied them, judiciously the way they were supposed to, it just changes the dynamic of the entire game because everybody's going to be dropping like flies. Anyways, welcome to Braunhaven.
Exhaustion was there for the people who played it for real, and not for the thrill ride.
Right, right. Exactly. Welcome to Braunhaven. We'll be picking up where we left off last week. These guys have gone into Reykjadalr Dungeon. They coup de grace the dragon, and they have made their way down into the Hall of the Resting Titan, where the kobolds have set up a little lair, I guess. This is their home. There's a bunch of kobold civilian families that live in the Hall of the Resting Titan. They also have kind of spied up here, and they have found that there is this odd statue in this room, and that's where we'll be picking up. We'll find out what they want to do. I mean, are you going to go in and slaughter? Are you going to go in and slaughter the kobold? Because they've already surrendered. The chief has called them back. So, I mean, you could go in and roast kobold children if you want. That's entirely up to you. But anyways,
or we can make Skopti their queen.
That's true. That's true. You could make Skopti your kobold chef their queen.
Like instead of living in a nice warm castle, live in this fucking ice cave.
Right? Yes.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, we could take these kobolds and put them under Skopti's command, and they will help serve our armies as we prepare for the final push.
True, and they get a decent life out of it.
They'll make wherever they live all smelly and gross. So I'm against it for that reason.
Yeah, kobolds.
Well, you are the queen. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Kobolds are like the clones from Venture Brothers. Yeah. I hate those guys. They get poop everywhere.
Hey, let's not go bad talking clones, okay? Because Turkey is bad ass.
Oh shit! Yeah,
love me some Turkey.
Are we moving like exploration movement, or are we still?
Well, it will depend on what you want to do. How you want to interact with the kobolds. We will get there. Before we get started, we would like to bring attention to the fact that we do have a merch store via Zazzle. We've got T-shirts and buttons. There are hoodies that have the charcoal sketch portraits of the characters in today's game on them. Sans, Peppermint, and Goodman. 100% of the proceeds from that Zazzle store goes directly back into the channel, helps us cover subscription costs like Roll20 Pro, Incarnate Pro, Wondershare Filmora, all the little things that seem to jump and gang up on us at the beginning of the month, and that's what that store is for. So I mean, we don't get a huge profit margin on those. I think I want to say that on like the Whiskey Rocks glass, it's like $1.20 is the profit. That's what comes to me. So they're not a huge. I keep things as low as possible because the economy. You guys want cool stuff, and we want to give it to you. So I do it as on the cheap, as low as I can. So if you want to help us out, go get yourself a hoodie, and we appreciate everything you do for us. We also are running a Braunhaven PDF sale for Easter. That runs through April 22nd, and all PDFs for Braunhaven are 50% off over on DriveThruRPG. So if you like the campaign, if you like playing old school essentials, or you just need to strip mine it for some dungeons and some ideas, have at it. Get them on the cheap through the 22nd. All right, so yeah, you guys are out of combat. How do you the kobold chief has called back his bodyguards, or one kobold and one bodyguard, because you have pretty much killed all of the rest of his valiant warriors. And Jackson's right there, and you can see that there are these little cubbies, little caves in these two cliff-like faces. These are 10 feet up off the ground, and they have little carved hidey holes in them. And Jackson can see that there are kobold children and pretty much elderly, and the wives of the wives. I don't know. Do kobolds have a formal marriage? I don't know. Anyways, their mates are hiding away in here. So these are kobold civilians. They are worth no XP. And in the middle of this room, you can see that there is a giant hand that looks like it may be a statue, and it is poking up out of the floor. And I mean, this hand is big enough. I mean, it could wrap around Dentry and grasp him. I mean, even enlarged, it could probably grab Peppermint and Borman. That's how large this hand is. And it's just kind of sticking up out of the floor. It looks like it could be a statue. But now that you're closer, I mean, Jackson, you can see, and Borman, you can both see that the detail on this hand is quite immense. The detail is incredible. You're thinking that it may be a petrified hand. So, the kobold chief has called off his warriors, and is, he is capitulating towards you. He is surrendered.
Borman wants him to give us money. Like, you need to go in your little cubby holes that have gems and gold and magic items. We believe that we should relieve you of those in tribute.
Well, he has.
Yeah, give me your loot, and I will play it.
First of all, let me add these guys up here. Yeah.
I mean, they can give us information about that other room that the fucking clerics were coming out of, probably too, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, that is a possibility. And then they don't have much, but they will give it to you. Oh man, they really don't have.
The kind heart of me wants to say, keep your fucking crumbs. We don't need it. We're rich. But Borman has been infected with the greed curse and must collect loot to appease his armor.
You get 2 rolls. Go ahead and make a percentage roll.
Okay. And that's my punishment for asking for fucking treasure. I guess that ain't gonna be shit.
Nope, and you get 1 more.
Alright.
No,
well, there you go. They don't have anything.
They have 25 gold pieces that they can...
Yeah, they can keep it.
Okay.
I'm not even going to ask Brian to write.
I'm not writing down 25 gold pieces. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. For role-playing purposes, we take all of their possessions. But it's not worth writing down.
Yeah, they really don't have... Yeah, they really don't have it.
Yeah.
Their money's small, so...
Yeah.
What?
Can we put them to work for us somehow, like how Scotty's our chef?
So what? I mean, that of course is an option. But what kind of questions are you asking? What do you want to know about?
To deal with this hand.
Yeah.
So they don't really know, but they were told by Izyntainth that this is that beneath their feet is the grave of a titan. Titans being, I've always been confused about what titans are. What does it say in here? Let's see. I mean, I know what they are, but so they
You decide they are.
yeah, they are. It says here the best description. They're 22-foot tall humanoids of radiant beauty and athletic build. They are generally considered good and lawful, but prone to megalomania. They are natives of the higher planes, so in this case, the Celestial Palace, but sometimes have strongholds on the mortal world. That seems slightly unsatisfying. That doesn't. I mean, they're not gods. I think they're either the offspring of gods or they are like the parents of gods. If I remember my Greek history correctly.
So it is a dead body. Is that what you're saying?
It is. That's what the kobolds were told. Maybe this is here we go. This says consorts and representatives of higher powers. Titans are enormous humanoids, averaging 22 to 24 feet tall and gifted with a perfect physique. Except for older dragons, there are a few creatures that can match a Titan's raw physical power, and when coupled with their magical abilities, they are a force beyond measure. Typically dwell in palatial castles and in the heavens. They have been known to hunt dragons. Yeah, these guys are...
Something that hunts dragons is pretty badass.
Yeah, these guys are big. They are... this lists them as chaotic good. Or chaos good. Yeah, these guys are of god-like abilities, but they're not, omniscient, omnipotent.
So they're godlike in their strength, but beyond that, not so much.
Right. Yeah, gods would just crush him, but...
Do I sense gems and shit down in there with him?
No.
If he got buried with a treasure
the kobold chief, is offering you the 25 gold that his tribe has, and he apologizes that he doesn't have more, because it was all given in tribute to Izyntainth.
Yeah. And what can you tell us about that room with the statue in it?
He tells you... What does he tell you? He tells you that is the Hall of Mindful Contemplation. And he says, oh, kobolds no-go in Hall of Mindful Contemplation. And he tells you that, he says, there is a terrible creature lives in there. Hides. Terrible creature.
Oh.
Like terrible creatures.
Is it undead?
It is not. He's a huge monster. I mean, everything to a kobold is huge, right? But he tells you that he says that he points to Peppermint and says, bigger than big orc lady.
Wait, is this the room that we went in where we were supposed to tell the truth and we got attacked? Was that what?
No, it's this room up here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That
Well,
Malachi
hey.
kind of peeked down in, but he didn't go all the way down in there.
No, I just peeked. All right. Well, I guess that's all I want to know. I want to go kill the big creature that's hidden in there.
Okay, you
But
can
what I think would be fun.
you can move your exploration movement rate. It looks like you've got 3 turns, 30 minutes left on your, or I'm sorry, I think Peppermint's got 1 turn, so she's got 10 minutes left on her potion, and Borman has 3 turns.
Well, then we need to go in there now.
Yeah, so you guys can all move your exploration movement rate.
So we want to send Dentry in first, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Gentry's right here. He can go up.
Oh,
Yeah.
exploration. More like there. Okay.
I think Dentry can move 60 feet.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
wait.
that's
Exploration is the 3 times
Yeah.
number.
Gentry is hoping there's not a trap at the bottom of these stairs.
Yeah, Borman's gonna look for traps going in this hallway here.
Okay.
Oh, man, that's a lot of dice.
So my mouse is acting up. I mean, it's old. I mean, not old, but I have with the way that I use my keyboard and mice, you know, and I don't buy shit. I buy good mechanical stuff. I buy the stuff from Logitech, the better stuff. I can get usually about 5 years out of it. Well, fucking practically to the day, 5 years, this mouse starts acting up, right? And so last night, I mean, it was pitching a fit last night. And so after we were done with the game, while I was waiting for the uploads, I unplugged the mouse, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna clean the thing, but I'm gonna scrub it. And so I know I'm not supposed to do this, but I did it anyways. I sprayed the shit out of it with Windex, and then scrubbed it down, and I let it get into all the crevices, and I worked the buttons. And it's behaving today. It's actually working fine. So I'm like, I know I'm not supposed to do that, but I'm not going to argue with, I'm not going to argue with results.
Yeah.
It works. It works. I mean, shit.
Right. And I mean, if it, what's it going to do? Make it not work worse? Like, fuck it. I have to buy a new one anyway. So let's see here. A 3 and a 4. That is interesting.
Whenever he starts throwing around words like interesting and I get worried.
Okay, so let me see what Dentry can see. Oh, he can see pretty much everything. That's good.
Just because I can move into the room doesn't mean I should. I went to the entrance.
Yeah, you can see. Ooh. So Dentry, roll a d6.
You know what? I'm not surprised. I was expecting to find shit.
Oh my god.
I'm surprised as fuck.
Yes.
What? We got told the thing was there.
So
we knew
I was
there's
expecting something, but not what I found.
Dentry, indeed sees a huge thing. But because he is surprised by it, I need to find something.
That's like when someone tells you they got a big schlong, you're like, yeah, you got a big schlong. And then you see how big the schlong is, you're like, oh, damn, that's a big schlong.
you can't help but look.
Like, okay, you weren't playing. I mean, big is that's big.
Trying to find a picture. Evidently, there is no picture. So.
And yes, I said schlong.
Schlong. What have I got in my bag of shit? I mean, sure, that will work. He's like back here. What you see is a hulker. And these are big, ugly. They didn't give me a picture, but they are like 9 feet tall, 5 feet wide, bipedal monsters with claws of iron, wicked mandibles, and 4 eyes. 2 insectoid and 2 are human-like. They hunt for fresh meat in caverns, tunnels, and dungeons.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
And because you were surprised, you met its gaze, which is confusion, and you will be confused for 6 rounds. Now, what does that mean? It means, you get to make a save versus spells. So you want to roll a d20 and get over your spell save.
Let me double check my character sheet first, because I believe I have some kind of save for that. I have an extra save on stuff.
Yeah, don't you get a +1 because of your ring of protection?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I get a +1 on saving throws for the ring of protection. The displacer cloak also gives me a +2 on spells.
Really?
So that's yes.
Interesting.
Don't know why. It does, though. It says it right here. So +3.
Displacer cloak. +2 bonus to saving throws against petrification. Well, oh yeah. Petrification, rods, spells, staves, and wands. This isn't petrification, and this isn't really a spell.
Said spell. You said spell.
It's save versus spells, but it is a gaze attack, so I would say no.
Okay, fine. Then I'll just do the +1. Whatever. See how it is. Not letting me save against stuff. Alright, anyway, let me roll and stop beating around the bush here.
No?
And I'm supposed to get over?
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
So
all the pluses in the world weren't going to make that happen.
Dentry is confused. But over here, the other thing that Dentry sees, I don't have anything even remotely like this. I guess a dragon thing will work. Over here, he sees a lamia. A centaur-like monster with the legs and body of a beast and the upper body and head of a woman. And she's laying up here in this corner. Kind of, I guess, overseeing this room. She hasn't done anything, but add him. Really fucking ridiculous. But he does have surprise, so Oh, wrong dice. Oh my god. It's going to be one of those days. So the Hulker, because Dentry is confused,
What does confusion mean, by the way? You didn't actually tell me.
so victims behave randomly. 1d8 each round. On a 1, you move randomly. 2 to 5, no action. 6 to 7, attack the nearest creature. It could be your own party. Or 8, you flee. Go ahead and roll a d8. Let's see how you act. That'll kind of determine what the Hulker's going to do. You flee.
Ah!
So you can you can run 60 feet back through your party, running away.
Am I running exit or just a random direction? Which direction? When I get to the fork, which way do I go?
That's a,
Because if I'm just going balls to the walls, I'm going to run straight.
probably north.
Okay, so I'm going to go towards the exit. Okay.
Yeah, you're fleeing.
I run past them.
Yeah. He comes running past you guys like he's, speaking in tongues. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh wait, why do I still rolling for him on accident?
So Castles and Crusades uses a D10 for initiative, but they don't. The base rules do not have anybody adding a dexterity bonus or anything. It's just a raw D10 roll. My group, we changed it. We went to a D20 plus your dexterity modifier. Just keep it simple. So it seems to give a lot more variation across the board, which isn't a whole big deal when you've only got a couple of creatures. But if you've got a big group, if you don't have that variation, it can be a little weird.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people that end up going at the same time. Dentry's sticking with 0 because he's using the Venger. Is that correct?
Yep. He's always 0.
Okay.
It's the only sword he has now.
So Malachi, what are you wanting to do?
Well, I'm right there. So I can only see here. I don't know if that's going to be big enough to get anybody or not. I think what I'm going to do is, like, right here, I want to cast light.
Okay. I can make that happen. So you're going to, like on the statue?
Yeah, if I see the statue right there, I'm going to cast light on that statue, and that lights the whole cavern up. And people that have been staying in the dark for a long time might be negatively affected. Maybe not. I don't know. That's really kind of begging for shit. But, yeah. Oh, I should have done fireball, but I didn't.
Okay, so you cast light, and the cavern is now lit up. I don't think any of these guys are at any negative. So with the Hulker having a gaze attack, if you avert your eyes, you're at a -4 penalty to hit. But the Hulker gains a +2 bonus to attack. But
You're like immune from his gaze.
you're basically trying not to meet his eyes. You can also use a mirror, which makes you a -1 penalty to attack. So that was Malachi. Borman, what are you doing?
Well, Borman's going to take that fucking -4 and avert his eyes.
Okay.
I mean, he sees Dentry is moving. Oh, fuck you! I got to get in there and get closer. All right, so I'm going to come and I'm going to stand right over here in the corner.
Okay.
And then I'm going to throw. I looked for traps down through there now.
You looked for traps up here.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm going to throw my. Hand axe.
Okay.
10 miss.
It does miss. The Hulker just it bounces off the Hulker's I guess scaly hide and bounces back and comes back to your hand. Laura, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna run after Dentry and smack him with the dispel stick.
Okay.
Something's fucked up with him, and I thought maybe it would help. If it doesn't, then oh well.
Yeah, that is a good question.
Would she know that it wouldn't work is the real question.
I don't know.
I don't know what did it to you. I didn't see any of this stuff go down, so.
That's a good point.
The caster of the spell effect to be dispelled is higher than dispels any magical effect which is touched. I will allow it. So, Dentry's confusion is ended.
Point of order, then. Can I be confused again?
Yeah, well, certainly.
I bet.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was one of those things where, like, once you save or whatever, you're good for a little bit of time.
Yeah, no. You can be. It says. Yeah, no. You can every time you meet its gaze, you will make that save. The lamia. Borman, make a save versus spells.
Does a lamia see me?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'm in a shadowy environment, and you have to roll a six to even.
Not anymore because Malachi
Oh,
lit
the
the
light.
room up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Save versus spells. No, I did not.
Okay, so Borman is charmed.
Oh, if that's a spell, though, I've got a cloak of displacement, and I'll get a +2, and I will save.
So it says once per day, save versus spells or be charmed. Move towards the lamia, resisting those who try to prevent it. Obey the lamia's commands if understood. Defend the lamia. Yeah, I'll say that the displacer cloak applies in this case. So you just see this hideous creature. Just for shits and giggles, I can show it to you. I mean, it is right fucked up is what it is. This is one of those cases where you kind of have to see it.
Seeing is believing.
Yeah. Really.
Where is this creature?
Back here.
Oh, I can't see it.
You should be able to. There's a fucking
I can't.
There's a light right here.
Yeah.
Why is the light not
working? How could you not see it, but I could when I was at the doorway?
Right.
I can see it now.
Weird. There we go. That's better. There we go. Here's what a lamia looks like.
Gross.
Yeah,
I told you.
things are fucked up in there. Yeah.
Yeah, there's all sorts of fucked up shit in here. So,
Pappy would have been in it.
it tried to charm you, and you saved. I don't think it's gonna move. Well, maybe. Holy shit. It's got some fucking movement on it, but it is not going to. It's gonna stay where it's at. Jackson, what would you like to do?
Jackson is gonna be interested by what the hell scared Dentry, and he's gonna run his ass in the room because it's what he does. And he's just gonna balls to the wall. Did Dentry say anything about like don't look at it, or did
No,
he just run away?
He was just I'm running.
Damn, I don't know not to look at it then. I'm gonna run right up on it, not knowing not to look.
Okay, you can make an attack.
Let's hope I chop its head off on the first attack. I do not.
But you did hit.
For a whole whopping 4 points.
All right.
Huh?
And you can make a save versus spell. Ooh.
Hey, I saved.
Yeah. So you look it right in the eye, and you slash at it with your sword. Peppermint, what would you like to do?
That looked pretty successful, so I think I'll do the same thing. Okay. All right.
Peppermint, snoo, snoo.
Oh, these freaks. 19 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, good. Let me find the right die for damage. For 10 points.
Ow.
Oh, wait, I'm huge.
That's right, you get to double that. So 20 points.
I'm fucking 20. Woo!
Ouch. So, yeah, Peppermint comes in and just bites into its shoulder, collarbone with her sword. But, again, she looks right in its eyes, and it looks longingly. She can make a save versus spell.
So, my save for spells is 13, and I rolled a 13, so
Then
I don't know if that
saved.
means...
You saved.
Cool.
Wow, you guys are getting damn lucky with your saves.
Yeah, for real.
Good.
Except for Dentry.
Except for
ran
Dentry.
off.
Yes. What would Mr. Goodman like to do?
Goodman is going to begin his movement. As I can kind of go right here and hug the wall. And this dude is big and up above everybody, right?
He's 9 feet tall and 5 feet wide. So I mean, yeah, he. How tall is the statue? Let's see. The statue is a foot taller than the Hulker is.
Hmm.
But I mean, like it says, he's 5 feet wide. So I would say that he's probably wide, wide enough that you can see between Jackson and the Hulker. And let's
I'm gonna
Drawing a
avoid.
line. Yeah, you can see him there, but you don't really have a very good between. You can see that he's between Jackson and the statue. Crack.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw the hammer.
Okay.
I'll take the -4 to not.
To avert your eyes.
Yeah. That's 23 to hit.
That is a hit.
Damn, that was with the minus. No, you put a +4, homie.
I know. I get a Thaco, and I've got a +3 hammer.
Oh,
and
right. My bad. I forget.
Yeah, I usually roll with +9. I mean +8.
That's right.
Yeah. So
you did roll a 19. Shit, you rolled a 19.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a good roll.
This is 7 points of magic hammer thrower damage.
Okay, so you chuck the hammer, and it bounces off of his face, and his head snaps back, and the hammer comes back to you. Hold on here. I need
Nice.
right there. Okay. The Hulker. Sorry, I needed to find my critical hit and fumble table. The Hulker. That's not going to help him too much. And he is going to make 2 claw attacks on Jackson and try to make a mandible attack on Peppermint. That's what he's going to do. So, is Jackson wearing a displacer cloak?
Jackson does not, I believe. No, Jackson does not.
Okay, so we will do 2 claws on Jackson. 21 to hit.
Damn, that's my AC.
Okay. And second attack, 26 to hit. So he got you both times.
Dentry will be back sooner or later.
Yeah, but he won't be running like all willy-nilly.
Oh, yeah. Damn, man. You're getting some damage.
You take 14 points of damage as this Hulker rakes you with his claws.
Holy crap.
Is Peppermint wearing a displacer cloak?
I don't believe so.
Okay. 16 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay, so it tries to snap its mandibles down, and Peppermint ducks just in time as the big insect-like mandibles clamp shut right over her head. Mavis.
Let's see here. I make it to about there. All right. I think I need to get in closer to be able to do anything, so I guess I'm gonna dash.
Well, I mean,
You got him bolt that bitch.
Yeah, what's the range on Guiding Bolt, though?
It's huge.
Yeah, it's probably quite a bit.
It's like 120 or something shit like that, I believe. But it might only be 90.
I'm down. I'll do Guiding Bolts on that thing.
Yeah, it's got 120 foot range.
Okay.
All right, so roll d6 plus 1 for damage.
3.
So he will take an automatic 3, and he needs to make a spell save. He does save, so he is not all sparkly.
What a jerk.
Gentry, what would you like to do with your now that you are back in charge of your faculties?
Am I pissed off that he did that to me?
You're probably. I mean, you're a half-orc fighter knight. You probably are agitated.
Okay. Then I will balls to the wall, run back into the room. Like, how dare he?
Okay.
Do I know not to look this time since I got messed up last time?
Yeah, you, yeah,
Okay.
you
So
you're
this time I
all
don't need
I would
gaze,
say
right?
you're all aware that there's a gaze attack kind of thing going on now. So you run in.
Okay.
Malachi, what would you like to do?
Well, there he is lit up in there, and this I don't like that guy hitting on my friends. You know, we're not we're not down like that.
Why are you looking at
It's-
me like that?
Yeah, he'll take 13 magic missiles
Okay.
damage.
Okay, so the magic missiles fling out of Malachi's hand. Is my There we go. I guess they are magic. that was that was fucking anemic.
Really
But-
anticlimactic there.
Really.
Yeah.
So yes, these magic missiles slam into the Hulker, and he goes down. What's that?
Yay! Gentry is confused where the thing that he was trying to kill went.
Right.
Oh, you could go hit on it. It's laying right there.
Okay. Borman, what would you like to do? I would say Borman is aware that this fugly lamia tried to seduce him.
Yeah. I don't get down like that, you horrid bitch. And I'm gonna step forward to over here next to the statue, and I'm gonna throw
Okay.
my hand axe.
All right.
There's an 18 hit.
It does.
Okay. This will be 2d6 plus 1 times 2. So 6 times 2 is 12.
Nice. So your hand axe digs into the front shoulder of the lamia, and she lets out a scream that is kind of inhuman and curdles the blood. Alora, what would you prefer to do?
I'll start moving towards where everybody is. Okay. All right. I'll get about here.
Okay. The lamia is going to. I mean, she's got like 80 feet of movement.
All the legs.
Yeah, she's got. She might be ugly, but she's got legs for days.
Yeah.
She jumps down, and she is going to make an attack on Borman. Touch attack.
At -2.
Yes. Ugh. That's not gonna
Hell
do it.
yeah.
She
That's not gonna do it.
In her attack, she just reaches out and tries to touch Borman, and fails.
Borman slaps the back of her hand. No.
She almost like she's trying to caress his chest hair.
Yeah. Ew.
Jackson.
Jackson will run around and go for some of those weird legs.
All right.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a hit. Four.
5 points this time instead of 4.
5. All right. So you come in behind her and you take a bite out of her flank. Peppermint.
I'm to attack.
It's the healthy thing to do.
Yeah, when you see something like that.
Yeah. It's a monstrosity.
You're doing this bitch a favor.
Don't
kill me. I've got a Tuesday afternoon at the shack.
Got 16 to hit.
No, that misses. She actually blocks your swing. Goodman
is going to.
I got an afternoon shift at the Pitiful Princess. Don't kill me. My 3 kids with 3 different
squeeze
fathers.
Down here, and he can get to right there, and he's going to throw his fucking hammer.
Okay.
Hit.
That hits.
5 points of magic hammer damage. Okay. It's hammer time.
So you huck it and smack her in the jaw, and she her head snaps and she looks back at Goodman and hisses. The Hulker's dead. Mavis.
Okay, time to move a little bit more. Hopefully. Fuck. Okay. My movement is so shitty. Okay,
well, you got the broom. It's just not a good place for it.
I'm gonna use double movement, and then on my next turn, I'll probably heal Jackson because he got a big bite taken out of him or something, right? Or
yeah, I got
you got
14
clawed.
Points.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get you next round. Sorry.
Dentry.
Oh, good. Dentry. Damn it, he's a knight. And he wants one-on-one combat, and everybody's ganging up on this thing. And he's like, my foe has been defeated.
20 feet of movement, you could get up there and attack.
I could, but he's a knight, and he wants one-on-one combat. And this thing's already being ganged up on 3-on-1.
I don't know.
Or is it one of those that's big enough that it's worth it?
I mean, she's a pretty big. Yeah, she's a pretty big bad. I don't think that your chivalrous attitude is going to prevent you.
Okay, then. Venger it is.
And you've got the brown stain in the back of your shorts.
So
oh yeah, that's right. I got scared. I have to redeem my honor now.
Yes. So 15, you swing and the lamia kind of ducks and dodges, and you miss. Malachi.
Malachi knows everybody's hurt. I can't really see that son of a bitch from where I'm at.
Right.
Is the issue. So I'm gonna take the turn. I'm gonna kind of move up here next to bravely hide behind Alora, and I'm going to look.
Yeah, you can see him or see her.
Yeah, but I'm moving, so now I can't do my intricate dancing, casting stuff. So
yeah, you can't cast.
I'm gonna go, and that'll be the end of my turn. Borman will drop the hand axe, pull out the sword, and miss with a 13.
Yes, she ducks, dodges, and weaves like you're throwing wrenches at her. Alora.
Let's see. I don't remember the range on pain? I could try it though.
Let's see. I can find that. You know, it's funny, when I was opening up all my PDFs, I'm like, should I open this book? Probably should open this book. And I didn't. When I look in the wrong place, there we go. Range is 60 feet.
Okay, I should be able to attempt it then.
Let's see.
Because she's 35 away.
Yes, you can.
Okie doke.
So she gets a save versus paralysis. Uh-oh. She does not save.
Sweet.
So let's see. There's a whole bunch of shit that's going to happen to her. So any dex bonus to AC is lost. I don't know that she has a dex bonus. All attacks against her are going to be at +2. All saves that she makes in the future will be at -2. And for every 3 rounds under the effects of pain, she will take a D8 in damage. So
Okay,
I will
so
mark her for 3 rounds. She will take 1d8 damage.
oh, okay.
That's awesome though, because Dentry swung at her, right?
Yeah.
Didn't swing? That isn't that all
But
it
I missed.
takes? I know, but isn't all it takes to mean that if she attacks somebody else, it takes a -1?
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, I'm engaged, so she takes. Sorry.
So
I
she'll
was
be
not
at
paying attention.
-3
My
to
bad, my
attack
bad.
anybody other than Dentry.
Yeah, and then on Dentry, she'll take a -3 to attack because of the displacer cloak and the pain in the genital region.
She is going to.
It's not that one.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's a different spell.
So Dentry, you have a displacer cloak, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then she's at a -2. All right, here we go. Big roll, no whammies. Motherfucker. So she reaches out and she just tries to caress Dentry, and Dentry like backs away, like, "What are you doing, bitch?" Jackson.
Jackson.
We need a 20. Jackson. Yeah.
Can I run up her backside?
Yeah.
Ooh, hell yeah! Get the lotion.
All right, so I will attempt to run up her to get closer to her head,
All right.
and I will try with the Vorpal. Shit.
No. So
She's clearly trying to throw me off.
can I? There we go. Jackson is on her back, and she didn't like that. And you swing and you miss. Jackson, make a dexterity ability check.
Probably shouldn't have run up knowing that was going to be coming. That's above my dexterity.
So
Oh, no, it's not. Wait. Yes, it is.
So-
It's above.
So she shakes Jackson off, and he falls to the ground, prone, on the ground.
Damn it.
Well,
I tried.
You tried cool shit. Fuck it.
Miss Peppermint.
Okay, let's attack once more. 19
That's a hit.
or 7 points.
Nice.
Oh wait, I'm big. 14.
14? Nice.
Because I'm
Nice.
huge.
That's
So-
right. Peppermint brings her sword down and cuts deeply into the back of the lamia.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna bother rolling for morale check because there's nowhere for this bitch to go, right? And so she's bleeding profusely. Goodman.
Goodman is gonna yeah, I'm gonna come right over here and help Jackson up.
Okay. So you help up Jackson. Get up, little buddy.
Yeah. Oh, that was a valiant effort. It was only effort, though.
Yeah, that was all effort. Mavis.
I'll come over here and I will do cure serious wounds on Jackson
Okay.
Dum.
for 8 points back.
Yeah. Jackson thanks you profusely.
All right. Dentry.
We're over there touching on Jackson behind this creature.
Yes.
Why's everyone touching me?
Yeah, picking him up and feeling his chest. My God, look at your pectorials, Jackson.
I mean, you stink, but wow, this is awesome.
Yeah, that's impressive.
It's all that nature. All that nature. It
Yeah.
does things.
You should cut holes in your armor so your nipples poke out.
Ooh, Dentry hits with a 22. Ooh, this could end it. Yes. Dentry brings his mighty sword straight down into the forehead of the lamia and cleaves deep into her back, and she drops to the floor in a pool of blood.
Sweet.
In this room, of course, these two creatures had their hordes.
Love some hoarding.
We'll do her first.
We should be back to normal size after this, right?
Yeah, because we'll be chilling out,
yes.
and we've got hurt people, and you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So you guys, here I can do this an easy way. You guys will shrink back down to.
Yeah,
That's awfully small.
it's okay. I won't have a Napoleon complex or anything.
I'd be pretty pissed if I took the enlargement potion and I shrank down to way smaller than before.
Right? Like, what is
Yeah.
this, Alice in Wonderland?
It's just for the cold. You know, when you warm up, you'll loosen up a little.
I guess that wasn't exceptionally small. Just everybody else was slightly bigger. There we go. And
Hey.
yes. So this is your. You need to take a rest, anyways. A 10-minute rest. So she is. You can go through her shit while you are resting.
What kind of people do you think we are? I mean,
1, 2,
we don't
3,
go immediately
4, 5.
to the steward. You know.
Right. There are 6 rolls on table D to start us off. Who wants to make first roll?
There.
80 is nothing. Second roll.
Sorry.
Actually, that one did get you something.
Yeah.
She has 3,000 gold pieces. Stashed.
Nice. This is you, Dentry. You gotta fucking do it. You gotta give us the good money. Big money, no whammies.
66 is
Whammy.
nothing.
We suck.
Fourth roll.
All right, here we go. Damn it.
65 is nothing. And last roll, 88 is nothing.
I thought you said
Oh, we
6
got
rolls.
one more.
Oh, there is one more. Sorry.
It's
You
up to
trying to
Brian
show
to
me a
save
roll
us. Yeah.
Hell.
77 is nothing.
He
Still
might as
nothing.
well have. Yeah.
And
We
then for the Hulker, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 rolls on
Do
table
the eyes
G.
carry any effect after death?
They would be, they would be very valuable to wizards and mages. A 60 is nothing. 4 more rolls. 21 gets it.
Davis.
21. $12. Wow, that's a lot. 12. Ooh. There are 12 gems worth 500 gold pieces each.
You said 12?
Yes.
So, here we go. Okay, so 9 plus 12 is 21. Okay. I have a 500 gold piece gem pile.
Nice.
It's in a Crown Royal bag, special edition
Of course.
with the green trim. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Third roll.
Man, I haven't hit any of them. Thank God. Yes.
That's another one.
So
Ooh.
Mavis and Dentry ought to roll the last 2.
There's only one more
I'll
roll.
do
You
it.
said 4, right? Or is it 5?
It's 5.
There's 5.
Oh, okay.
This one is
What do we get? What do we get?
9 times. Ooh. Holy shit.
Probably Jibs.
There are 9 pieces of jewelry that she has, or that the Hulker had stashed in here, that are worth 1,300 gold pieces each.
Oh shit! I've got to.
Wow.
Yeah.
She had some good
Hold
stuff.
on. Yeah. So that was how many? 13.
There was 9 pieces of gold, or 9 pieces of jewelry, and they were worth 1,300 each.
Worth 1,300 each. Is that what you said?
Correct.
Yeah, that's a nice haul. I'm gonna go on and push save on that.
2 more rolls. A 55. Yeah, it's nothing. Sorry.
Okay.
It's all right.
And a 66 is nothing.
We got 55. We got 66 twice. We got 77 and 88. It's been weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, is Alora and Malachi? Are you all coming in here for healing?
I want to look at the statue.
Okay.
Oh shit.
There's a trap we didn't detect, but
Look at the statue.
I want to
Yeah.
take the eyes of the creature.
you might as well roll it twice because I mean I was walking with her.
Well, then it'll get both of you.
Wow.
A 10-foot wide by 20-foot block of ice falls from the ceiling into place
What?
right here.
Oh shit.
Oh shit!
Blocking off the passage entirely.
Oh.
And
That's
Alora and Malachi can make a save versus petrification.
okay.
I saved.
Okay?
I got exactly my save again.
You both saved. So, let's see. Malachi, roll a d4.
1.
So Malachi jumps out of the way just in time. Allura, roll a d4. So both of you jump out of the way just in time, avoiding being crushed by this big block. But the passage in here you are separated. The passage is blocked off.
Would Peppermint and Borman theoretically still be enlarged though?
No.
No. Wait, it's after. It's okay.
Yeah.
We can deal with some ice. We built a fire earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says it is 10 foot wide, 20 foot tall block of ice. So yeah, it'll be 5 feet thick.
But I
It's
mean,
gonna
it's
take a
ice, so it
while.
might slide. Hell, Borman will get over there and be like, "Come on, Dentry, let's pull this son of a bitch out."
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dentry will come over and we will do all of the pulling.
So
Yeah.
which of you has the higher strength?
That's Dentry.
I think I do.
So Dentry, first Borman, roll a d6. What is your
Oh,
strength?
D6. My strength is 15.
Okay. So no bonus to Dentry. Dentry, you can roll a d6. I think you have a strength of 16, don't you?
17.
17? Okay, so you get it regardless, and you are able to kind of lift up the bottom of this block of ice and shift it enough that it kind of slides down and then crumbles into chips and rubble here at the base of the statue. The statue, I remember that you guys are going to look at the statue. So this is a 10-foot tall crumbling statue of a warrior maiden that stands in the center of the hall. And it kind of seems out of place. And the rest of the hall, for the most part, is barren.
Are there scratch marks, gouge marks on the floor around the statue as if it's been pushed or moved? Is it hiding an entryway or something like that?
No, it looks like it's been here for centuries. But the rest of the
Okay.
why it was put here is beyond anybody's guess. Like maybe they were planning to do something with this chamber and just never got around to it.
Well, you know who would know would be the motherfuckers that got run up out of here.
Yeah,
True.
maybe. It might have been something that's been there since before they showed up.
Maybe. This is a real mystical and holy place. Maybe we should refrain from desecrating their stuff, at least waiting until after we get the reward.
That's probably
call.
wise.
Whew. I think we looked just about everywhere, though, haven't we now?
Yeah, you've been
Yeah, that's
everywhere in
it.
here.
Yeah. Now it's head back and get paid.
Yep.
All right, so you guys, I'm going to just move you.
Oh, I'm gonna step outside for a second. I got somebody here. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
Okay.
Trying to move Mira away from me. I'm trying to get close to Mira. You keep moving her.
Oh, you're going to find out why.
Oh. So am I not next to her then?
No, you're just coming out of the cave.
Okay.
We'll wait,
Mira,
we'll wait
Mira.
for him coming back.
Oh. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Damn.
Something happened when we step out?
So you you guys step out, and the first thing that you see your charmed acolyte is up here on top of the altar, and he is on his knees and bent all the way over like he is worshiping something. His hands are flat on the ground, and he's like kind of bowing. Jackson, at first you don't see Mira. And then you can hear Mira, and she is around the side, kind of crouched down with her ears laid back, and she is growling, looking at the sky. As you look up, you see a great white dragon is coming in for a landing.
Would not my connection to her, empathic connection, have given me some kind of heads up on the way out?
Yeah, and that's why you're able to you know that she is hissing and growling, and it is all because she is fearful and pissed off at this.
Okay.
Borman's going to go
Do I know this
invisible.
before we exit the cave? Because if so, I'll let the party know so that we're not outside when it happens. Probably better for us to not be outside when the dragon comes up, but know it's there, you know?
Right.
Yeah, we have to ambush it and take it out quickly as it eats the charmed acolyte and maybe Dentry's warhorse.
And this
You've got that potion. It's a white dragon. We saved it because we could have grabbed the other motherfucker.
Yeah, we did.
As this white dragon is flying in, it is yelling out in an angry voice, "You have killed my mate!" And he is pissed off.
All right, he's going to be a lot more pissed off really soon. But
Everybody
okay.
roll initiative.
Damn. Straight out the fire into the fire. Out the frying pan into the fire. Why do I keep rolling two? Just as reflex. Gosh.
Right.
Well, at least you know what you rolled, and you know you just go, hey, I would have had this.
Right.
Goodman has stayed with 2 for the last 3 times that he's rolled. And he has a +1 because of his dex. Isn't that funny?
Okay. That makes
So we didn't come out of the cave yet, right? We're still kind of...
Yeah, you're still kind of hugging the interior wall there.
Yeah. So maybe we ought to back everybody up just a little.
Yeah, you can back in a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, the only downside of this, of course, is that he won't have a horde for you to loot, should you succeed. But...
Oh, we'll succeed.
But... Borman, what would you like to do? I'm assuming that Alora put the hood up on her elven cloak, so she's probably partially invised. Who else has invis?
Borman would be invisible because he
Jackson.
almost... Yeah.
Doesn't Mavis have an invisibility ring? I mean, you guys have like a collection of them.
I don't know if Mavis does because she's so loud and so freaking slow.
That's true.
It's like
Even
kind of
invisible, she would still. It'd be obvious her clanking around.
Right.
Peppermint hides in the shadows, I guess. Let me see here.
I thought we gave one to somebody else. I thought we had like
Peppermint.
3
I think Peppermint has
invisibilities.
one.
Yeah, Peppermint
Yeah.
has one. So like, she
Okay.
can be invisible. It's just if it's quiet, you're gonna hear her still.
No, she's in fucking bullshit armor. She's in leather.
Is she? Oh,
I think so.
who was it that got somebody else got an invis? Because I know that Dentry gave his up. He was like dishonorable to hide in
Yeah,
through invisibility.
yeah. I
thought you gave
remember
it to Peppermint.
Yeah, I remember Peppermint having
Okay,
invisibility.
on Peppermint it says Elven Cloak and Boots that we got in the Sylvanas Forest. So that's what
And maybe
she's
it was
rocking.
Mavis.
The dragon would still need a 1 in 6 to see her. So.
Yeah.
Then maybe it is Mavis, but I
Oh.
mean, Dentry's not invisible ever, so even if you hear her, you might think it's him.
That's true.
I mean, so
Okay.
so here's the question. Are we doing this, or are we going to make him come to us and ambush him in the fucking halls?
Laura's gonna drink the potion and then we can just rush. It'll be okay.
Okay, then that's what we're going to do. Borman is going to kick it off with. He's got plenty of movement to come up here and stab that son of a bitch.
Okay. You can go right ahead.
Let's see. 9 plus 4 is 13. Here we go. 22 to hit.
That is a hit.
This will be plus 2, 3, and then I will multiply it by 2 because of a sneak attack with 6 points of Borman damage.
Okay, so Borman.
And I will remove my Ninja Max.
Okay, Borman goes up and backstabs this male dragon, Allura.
It's time to get neutered, boy.
Time to drink a control white dragon's potion.
Mm. So he
Let me
doesn't.
cross this
I
off.
don't think he gets a save.
No, he's just really gonna be mad at us afterwards.
Potion of controlling dragon.
It's our bitch. Yeah.
Not possible to command the dragon. You cannot command the dragon to cast spells. When the potion.
We can't make it hurt itself.
Right.
But you sure as fuck can make it do all its breathing stuff where it doesn't affect us.
He will
you
be
can keep it
controlled for 30 minutes.
Can you make it do the breath attack at the cultist?
I don't know if I get to do anything this turn or not. Or if drinking the
well, I mean,
turn.
you drink the potion.
Oh no, wait! Probably on his turn, on what to do or something
right.
like that.
So,
right?
But I mean, in order to gain control, you would need to move forward and be seen. You have to be. You have to see him.
It's not bad. Okay, I can do that. That's not that far.
Okay, so you have gained. You drink the potion. The dragon is pissed off. Controlled. Mavis, what would you like to do?
Let's see how far I can move. Here.
Well, it'd be a good time for that fucking flame strike.
Yeah, I do have that saved. I didn't use it yet this time.
And I have a potion of fire breathing too.
Oh, cool.
We got to put the hate on before this motherfucker,
Okay, so he does like a save. And then I think I roll a d6 for every level of cleric I have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It up. It is Flame Strike. So he gets a save versus spells for half damage. So he gets a 17, and he is...
That's gonna save.
Yes,
That's a good roll.
He will take.
Yeah.
He will take half damage, and then it is 1d6 per level of the cleric.
Which is like 8 or 9 dice. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Still good.
Yeah. So that's still what? 16?
That is 16 points of flaming damage. Flaming holy damage. A column of fire comes down out of the heavens. The clouds kind of part. And this column of golden fire comes down and hits the dragon right square in the back. Jackson, what would you like to do?
Okay. Jackson is invised. I don't even know if I could do this, but I'm going to try it. I've got
Are
all
you
the
going to
movement
climb
in
the
the world.
dragon?
Yes.
Are you going up its back? Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Yeah!
Yes.
Get up!
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm going to run around this way, up the tail, up to the head, and see if I can get the Vorpal. Oh, wait, screw that. No, I'm not going to do that. I lied completely. I'm going to go right here. Well, Borman, you're on it. Okay, fine. I'll go here. To this side. Hopefully out of range of that cultist. And then use my... Where is it? Wrong character. I will then use my Potion of Fire Breath. 10-inch cone, 4-foot diameter. Deals my hit points and damage or save for half.
Okay. So he does not save.
Oh, and you got some good hit points too, Jackson.
Yeah, right now I have 44 hit points.
Holy shit. So Jackson downs this potion and goes like a Romanian fire spitter at a fair and cooks this dragon. Let's see. Oh wait. No. I'm just looking to see if
this
he
was
has
definitely the time to pull
anything
out all
that
the
is
stops,
going
right?
to save him. So he has energy immunity, but it is against his own breath weapon or similar attack. So if it was cold, he would have saved. But no, he takes your hit points in damage, killing the dragon.
I mean, this was the time to pull out all the stops, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you just roast him with the fire breath and drop him.
Man,
I feel like that we did too many big attacks at once on the same creature.
No, I mean he had a really shitty initiative roll, so
yeah. And I mean, even though that, you know, we had control, when he comes out of that, we're fucked with his flight and his vengeance and his breath that he can just, you know, come by. I mean, he can stalk us for days. Dragons don't necessarily fucking, you know, I mean, if he killed one of us per encounter and flew off with the dead corpse, then you know, yeah.
If he'd ever gotten a chance, I mean, you lit him up pretty early, and you didn't have to worry about surprise because Jackson already knew that something was going on because Mira was his empathic link to Mira.
Yep, gonna have to kill the charmed acolyte.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so
I mean, we can play it out if you want, but
no, he's got 3.
Wait, did I harvest the eyes from that other creature? I did harvest those eyes, right?
You can go ahead and roll a d6.
Okay, because I remember wanting to do that.
You do want to do that.
You do harvest the eyes.
I will cast decay upon them so they won't decay.
So you've got them in a little leather pouch, probably tossed in the bag of holding.
Now, do they have any effect as is, or do they have to like become something?
They do not.
Like, do I have to like put them in a potion? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they would be used as a reagent in some kind of, like some kind of magical item, like a wand of confusion, or perhaps even a potion of confusion. So if we look at,
Well, if we could make some magical glasses, maybe you could do a gaze of confusion at people.
that could be a possibility, yeah. They would have a
Oh,
certain
you'd
number
look.
of charges, but yeah, it would
Well,
cast.
sure.
It would cast the confusion spell, which is a 4th level spell. So it would be pretty spendy. So 4th level spell. Let's see here. Magical
Are you going to try to
research.
act like spending money is not our thing?
Right.
Yeah.
This would be 2,000 gold pieces. Oh wait. Oh no. Yeah, it would be 2,000 gold pieces, and these would be a key ingredient going into creating lenses, and it would have 1d6 plus 1 charges.
I mean that's like a no-brainer, right? We're going to make that, right? Like the next time we get to a town. Yeah.
Make something confused just by looking at it?
Yeah, assuming that you're someplace where you can find somebody that can craft such an item. Yeah. You're probably not going to find something like that in Stagina, considering that they are so heebie-jeebie about arcane magic.
All right. We need to go to the elves.
So you guys, having pretty much succeeded, not once but twice, you make your way back to the city of Viacaslau, actually, and you go right directly to Steinmod Keep, where you can once again are just welcomed into the throne room of Jarl Eskil. And hold on here. Sorry, I'm catching up with my master maps. I don't need that though. So what kind of trophy? So I remember you because I know Borman cut the fucking head off, pretty much.
Yeah, and we had the heart. We got the heart of the one that was in the thing. I think we should take the testicles of the one that came and landed outside. So to prove that there were
Dragon Balls.
Yeah, Dragon Balls. We'll like paint a Z on them.
Yes. These don't glow.
Can we harvest its frost sac, or is that like not a thing?
That's probably not a thing. I mean, you could try to harvest some more scales though.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome.
You can roll another.
If we could get more, yeah.
Yeah, Jackson can roll another d6. Yeah, you harvest some more scales, enough for another suit, or either another suit of white dragon scale armor, another dragon scale shield. So these are being great dragons. You can make one of each, and or alternately, you could sell the dragon scales. Now I do have, out of curiosity, I will go
Well,
to another book that deals with this better, but there is. Let's see here. Looking for. I guess we're looking for spell components.
Can't believe we took out 2 dragons.
with fucking
Yeah.
flawless victories.
Yeah, I mean,
We played well and we had good items.
Yeah.
That's like the potions really saved us. We'd be kind of screwed otherwise, I think.
well, and I will also I will be the first to say that dragons in first of all, you guys are hitting way above your level because of all the magic items that you are blessed with. But I will also be the first. I'm just going to come out and say it. I find that dragons in Old School Essentials Advanced are a little weak, in my opinion. Buying, selling, and trading. 30. Buying and selling spells. Trading.
Now, dragon armor is not considered magic item, is it?
It is.
I mean, that's just
Yeah.
so they would be against it here.
It is a magic item, but this is one of those things that they probably wouldn't be against. It might be difficult to find somebody that could craft it, though. But okay, here's dragon scales. So you could easily sell these dragon scales. Generally go for 30 gold pieces a pop. And if there's enough to make mail armor, I would say that there's probably at least 100. There's probably like 50 scales there. So you could sell these for just the scales, not a suit of armor. You could sell the scales for about 1,500 gold pieces, and probably 700 gold pieces on top of that for the additional that would be there for the shield. So. If you were to sell these, you are. Hold on.
I think we ought to keep them both because
so you're looking at
we might be able,
2,200 gold pieces.
I think we ought to keep them so when we get the scale mail made, we can maybe use the excess. I mean, we could get a shield and a suit made and probably give the excess as the fee for having it crafted. Because it would not be. I mean, these are rare materials, and especially because they come from older dragons. You think they'd be a little higher quality.
Yeah, these are. Yeah, these are a little bit higher quality.
Yeah,
I like the idea of giving them as part of the payment, because then the smith can then turn around and make something and sell that.
Yeah,
for a high price.
Yeah.
So Earl Eskil is when you come into the throne room with your trophies, he is everybody. So of course, every time you come in here, there's a whole bunch of berserkers that are sitting there eating and drinking, and he's sitting up on the throne, and his current girlfriend is not present this time, but he has a look of surprise and shock at seeing you again. He did not expect you to succeed.
We're just gonna go to like one of the tables that have like a bunch of berserkers at it, and we're gonna like throw the trophies kind of down on the table, and maybe we can have Dentry tell them that they're in our seats.
I like that a lot.
Dentry.
I like that idea so much.
Dentry.
You're in our seats.
You can roll 2d6, and you can get a +4 to that roll.
2d6 plus 4.
Oh,
13.
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, you guys throw the trophies down on the table, and Dentry goes, "You're in our seats." And these 4 berserkers get up and kind of step away, like they're kind of looking at this dragon head and the heart that's on the table, and the dragon sack, and Earl or Jarl Eskil says, "So, is the deed done? Have you succeeded?"
Oh, that's a
Then
Lori
she just
shit.
looks at him with a look of like, "Are you
What?
dumb?"
Yeah.
Wait, we got these from somewhere else. Like, yeah, of course, obviously.
Seriously.
So he
I'll be polite and say yes.
okay. So he immediately claps his hands and he says, "Go get my lockbox." And so a slave servant goes off and comes back with two lockboxes and is kind of having a hard time carrying them. And a couple of other slaves show up, and he opens it up, and inside is another 2,000 gold pieces in rubies.
In rubies.
That means I
That's
have
you.
to write it down. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
I was all ready to write it until he said in rupees.
So,
Yeah. So I just say 2,000 gold pieces worth of rubies. Is that what I should write?
so they are. Hold on here. Let me calculate this. Each ruby is worth 10 gold pieces. So there are
200?
200 rubies that are worth 10 gold pieces each.
Got it.
And you have my vast thanks. So once again, we can our priests and priestesses can move back to Rikshadalar and bring it back to the light.
That's right. And it's all because of Queen Alora's goodwill.
Yes. And
Does he know anything about that weird statue in there, or not really?
Not really.
Okay, I just thought I'd ask.
So, I mean, all he knows is that it's a religious site. So most people never went into the cave because that was for that was for the druids themselves, and they would they would get really high and they would go in what they thought of the cave as the dreaming realm, and they would go and wander around the cave having hallucinations, tripping balls, and then they would hopefully eventually come out. Some never came back out because they got lost, but they would go in there, have their visions, and come out supposedly enlightened from their visions. It's all very woo-woo magic bullshit. But anyways, so he tells you, and I'll bring up this other map just as soon as I find it. There it is. And I'm going to have to go through and clean this one up, too. Last night I went through and cleaned up Deep Night Revelation and tossed, well, they're not coming back this way. Those maps can go out, and it's a lot easier to find shit now. But he tells you that, so you have successfully cleared out Rikshadalar dungeon, and he tells you that once again he brings up, of course, with your great success, you might check out Jotunheim, which is down here to the south, just southeast of the town of Obernmulsen. The Miroslava and Obernmulsen are known as the twin towns, and they kind of flank this fjord that comes in that makes the Great Inland, or the Great Inland Sea. And he tells you that it is rumored. Let me find it. It is rumored that that Jotunheim. So Jotunheim was is believed to be the town of the gods, and The myth is that Jotunheim was where the gods ruled before the War of the Heavens. So the War of the Heavens being where the 12 elder gods of the celestial palace decided they'd had enough of the three devils shit that the three archdevils that had taken over the land. And so they sent their archangels down. In this region, the archangel Damrizel was given the hammer Donnerslag, and it came down from the heavens like a meteor and struck the land. And it was such a massive blast that the shockwave came out and rippled through the region, tearing open shattering the edge of the continent, which formed the Frostholm Sea. The mountains of Skelos Mountains actually rose higher, and it basically reshaped the entire land. And the Jotunheim, the city of the gods, in this case the giant gods and possibly the old gods, sunk into the earth. And nobody that has ever gone to Jotunheim has ever returned.
Those are the kind of places we usually go.
Right? Yeah. Nobody's come back alive? Fuck yeah, let's go.
Well, hell yeah. Sign us up.
We're there.
For that.
Set our legacy.
Yeah.
And so he tells you about that. He also tells you that just south of the capital city of Olafsveller, there is a location called oh man, I'm gonna screw this name up. Me and my need for
Olafsveller is
Olafsveller is the capital city, which is ultimately where
way up here.
Yeah, okay. Where you guys are wanting to go. But there is a area called Hrolfsdalr that was another site that was worshipped by the Druids. But there is tales that that anybody who is heading along the Eastern Tradeway, there's like a little trail that leads off to Hrolfsdalr, and everybody is warned to stay away because there is a witch troll named Ugaki that rules from Hrolfsdalr, and it was once a druid site as well. And but Ugaki the witch troll has taken it over and haunts the region.
Okay. So I mean, yeah, things are starting to fill out. While we're hanging out here, does he have a rival town?
So,
here at Vloxall,
via Caslau. So you're
via Caslau.
So he doesn't. I wouldn't necessarily say that there's a rival town, but. So via Caslau being a port city, it sees a lot of traffic from foreign ships that come up through the fjord into the Great Inland Sea. Ships from the Orentian Empire, ships from Erebachia. They bring silks and spices and tea and coffee. All of this stuff comes into via Caslau. That has made the town of via Caslau and Jarl Eskil very, very, very wealthy. And, I mean, this is probably the biggest port city in all of Olafsveller. The fact that he is sitting on that much wealth kind of has made King Kisping in Olafsveller a little bit jealous. And there is a bit of friction there because King Kisping is a little bit nervous about the wealth and power that via Caslau has, because that much wealth could make via Caslau overshadow Olafsveller. And that, of course, doesn't sit well with any king. And so, but Jarl Eskil has so far played a game of diplomacy and kind of, soothed the concerns of King Kisping, usually in the way of shipping tribute to Olafsveller, great chests of gold and valuables. And so King Kisping is kind of like, well, it's okay. He's kissing the ring, and this is something that I can be concerned about another time. The other town here, Ironmund, they are also a very wealthy town. And the reason for their wealth, they are not quite as wealthy, of course, as Via Caslau, but they are still quite rich. And it's because they are not only a port town on the Great Inland Sea, but they also are in close proximity to the Eastern Tradeway. So traders that are wanting to perhaps catch a boat rather than continue all the way up through the Skellis Mountains, they can catch a boat here, and they can pretty much do some prospective trading in Ironmund.
Okay, and the last thing, while we're here with the Jarl, now that we've done this for him, as far as we've killed 2 great white dragons for him, is he now willing to send a small squad of men to Castle Braun and fight by our side when we go to?
He is. You have shown him that you are great warriors, and he is still kind of the opinion that Vuslux, the Archdevil, and Emperor Belusian Cestus of the Glaucian Empire, that is on the other side of the Skellis Mountains. That is kind of their problem, but he can see the wisdom in putting a stop to that, because as soon as Vuslux and Belusian Cestus has the Glaucian Empire completely locked down under their thumb, they're not going to stop there. They will branch out.
Well,
and he can see the wisdom in dealing with this now.
I'm sure that Queen Allura would not mind me mentioning that in your time of need, she would, of course, probably be willing to send aid at a future time if you were to do this for us.
And he would definitely appreciate that. What he says is that he will send a cadre of troops, what he can afford to send. He will send them to Olafsfeller in the anticipation that King Kisping, obviously, if you've performed the bigger and better deeds that you perform while you're in Stagina, the more likelihood there is that King Kisping is going to side with you and agree to send troops as well. And so he will send his cadre of troops to Olafsfeller, basically awaiting word from King Kisping so that the entire army can join up.
Okay, sounds cool to me, and
Awesome.
that actually gives us storyline reason to go to all these fucking places and poke about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the more rumors and tales of your great deeds that you perform, the more that the king is going to look favorably upon your requests. So
do they have young bards?
There are bards, yeah.
Yeah, feminine dudes or masculine chicks that
more than
play
likely
music and dance, or would it be beneficial if we hired some to write songs and send them about singing about us?
You could do that. Yeah,
okay.
There's a court bard right here in Via Caslau. In Steinwad
This
Keep.
was a pretty epic adventure where we got 2 white dragons. That was good.
Yeah. I think it's. What does he think if I were to first off retrieve my +2 plate mail that I've already kind of given to somebody, I think, that was stored here?
Yeah,
I think Mavis has it already.
Yeah, I think
right?
Mavis is wearing it.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Yes.
I had stored it here, and so that was bad form. Haha. And how many royal bards do they have here?
Just the one, but
Just the one?
it's his job to entertain Jarl Eskil. But of course, anything that is played in the royal court is going to spread throughout the city, and if it spreads throughout the city, it will then catch the attention of sailors, and they will leave via Castle, and the story that is told by the bard is going to spread across the land and possibly across the world.
I'll give him a gem worth 500 gold pieces.
Okay.
To write a really nice song and put it into his rotation here.
Okay.
Yeah, put this in your minstrel cycle, buddy.
I heard the first time when Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay first came out, we had a huge group of players, and one of them was his career path was minstrel, and we kept calling him the minstrel. I'm not a minstrel. I'm a dude.
Oh, man.
Sure you are. We give that guy so much shit. When we played Battletech, don't shake his hand every time he gets out every time he climbs out of his battle mech. You shake his hand, it's just covered in lanolin.
Yeah, but I mean, Death Row Toll is a fucking minstrel, and while he's a little flamboyant and stuff, I mean, he is a dude. I mean, he's like a normal dude.
Right.
Straight dude, I guess, is the correct way to say it.
Assist
at least
dude.
I didn't call him a slur or nothing. Yeah. Yeah, he's just, he's a little flamboyant,
He's not like Harry Styles or anything. So where from via Caslau, where do you want to go? I mean, do you want to head south towards Jotunheim? Because if you do, then
we got that pirate chick.
Yes, you can catch a ride on her boat down to Obermulsen, and she's not going to charge you anything.
Do we get all our hit points and spell slots back?
Yes,
and shit? It's going to take at least a day before.
Right.
Yeah, we definitely need a day or two of relaxation and being massaged.
Yes.
All right, good deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, she will give you guys a ride down to Obermulsen. So the town of Obermulsen. I don't think I did not. Okay.
And then while we're going, is Pirate Chick interested in at sometime in the near future hunting and trying to kill the Eurowire?
No, she wants. Well, I mean, she doesn't necessarily believe in Jurywar, but
Jurywar.
She really has no desire to, if it does exist, she has no desire to rattle that cage.
Well, I mean, we took out old Nessie or whoever the fuck it was called. We threw a bunch of chum in the water and then dropped a big ass fucking grapple hook that we had converted into a hook. And we threw chunks of meat on it. And we killed that sea monster there. I mean, a big old, like maybe if we got 3 or 4 big boats to make like a trot line out of chain with grappling hook type hooks to really barb it and get in there with it. So maybe we could get that motherfucker. That.
So she you guys talk to her about this idea as you are on your journey to the Twin Towns, and she kind of chuckles at the idea, telling you that if the tales are true, that a kraken is much more deadly than some river monster could ever be.
So
all I'm hearing is that she doubts our abilities.
yeah, I'm just hearing cowardice. I'm sorry. I thought that you were of the adventuresome lot, and that's okay that you're not. It's not disrespectful, for you to.
Every ship that has ever gone up or encountered Juriwar has been sunk. At least that's what the tales are around, around Stagina.
Well, yeah, because y'all haven't had the right people fighting on the boat. That's the key to success, is doing enough damage to make the thing die before it destroys the boat. It's not hard.
So the other thing that you learn from her is that so these are called the twin towns of Miroslava and Obernmosen, and they flank the fjord. And about 10 years ago, Miroslava was sacked by Jarl Arnvid Vigfusson. And
You really didn't make your life easy here.
right? Yeah, no, I really made it difficult for myself. But Jarl Arnvid basically came in and successfully sacked the town, but rather than loot and plunder the town, he placed himself as the new Jarl and set his troops to basically go about rebuilding the town and any damage that he caused in taking it over. And the people kind of loved him for it. They ended up he turned out to be a fairly good ruler, and the people respect him. Across the fjord, in Obernmosen, where you have docked, one of his generals took over that side, but she didn't have to go in and do a violent overtaking. Instead, the people of the town voted her into office and kind of just kicked out the old Jarl. And the current leader of Obernmosen is Jarl Drifa Ulfadottir. And she rules from this castle here. Basically, this was the start of the town. It's not really a castle. It is a fortified fortress town that then the rest of Obernmosen kind of grew up around it, and there are, of course, numerous docks. Now, Obernmosen has a reputation as being a good time town, and there is an unspoken mandate that all of the women of the town are to offer comfort to these many sailors that show up. And this has become so prevalent throughout the town that, even married women who are, they might provide services part-time. Going on up here, there is a functional lighthouse. Unlike the lighthouse over in Miroslava, up here, is not functional. It has not been repaired yet, and it's not high on the list. And the problem with that is that some of the ships, as they come in stormy weather, can sometimes crash upon the rocks that make up the fjord's entrance into the Great Inland Sea. But this one does function, and so it at least offers a little bit of help. There is, of course, the Obernmosen market. They do have a slave market, but mostly what is sold at Obernmosen market are trinkets and items that you might purchase to say, hey, I went on a sailing trip, or I'm, something that you can it's memorabilia. It's something that you can remember the trip by, or to give to a loved one, or to, whoever you want. Say, hey, look, I went on a big sea voyage and I brought you back this stupid T-shirt. That kind of stuff is sold in Obermilson Market. They also, of course, sell barrels of mead, and it is a sweet, crisp mead that is fairly cheap. It's 15 gold pieces per 1 gallon barrel, and it is commonly sold to ship's crews that are about to head out. So they have plenty of mead on board during their long voyages. And then the most popular location for an inn is Jocasta's Inn and Tavern over here. They have most of the single women work in Jocasta's Inn and Tavern. And they are prostitutes. That is what they do. But they also have hearty meals and fairly good rates. And it is known for being slightly cheaper than other inns. So that is, for the most part, Obermilson. And like I said, as soon as you guys step off the ship, it is pretty obvious. It's kind of like stepping off the plane in Vegas or in New Orleans. Okay, let the party begin, kind of situation.
So we're gonna put dummy pouches on our thing, so if somebody pickpocket us, they get an obvious bullshit.
Okay.
That's a good idea after last time.
Just fill it with all the copper coins that you picked up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jerks.
Yeah. So you take time to make sure that you have secured your valuables and set up decoys. Where do you want to go to first?
I really don't like the idea of a town that's just totally all whores and slaves.
That's pretty much Obermilson. The whole town has a market economy built on prostitution and slavery.
Yeah. So, I mean, just coming in, I'm thinking, we ought to change leadership in this town. This is bullshit. But that's just my line of thinking on that. But what we want to go to the inn first, I guess.
Yeah, we're tired. Let's do it.
Okay. So coming into this is
always start with a good night's rest.
Yeah, this inn is a large 2-story, 3-4-story building. It looks like it was a manor at one time. So to tell you if you want private rooms. Dun, dun, dun.
Can we get our whole floor?
Yeah. If you want to rent a whole hold on.
We got so many gems, we can afford whatever we want at this point.
I think our own floor will just keep riffraff and bullshit up out of our business.
So
True.
And maybe if they could throw in, a real beefy, strong person to keep motherfuckers off our floor.
If you wanted a private room, each of you wanted a private room, it would be 9 silver pieces per person. But if you want to rent an entire floor, they would be willing to rent out an entire floor to you for 5 gold pieces. And if you want services, they would raise that to 10 gold pieces. And services would be including things like a bath, drawing hot water for a bath, prostitutes.
You're talking about 10 gold pieces a night?
Yes, for renting an entire floor.
All right.
How does Peppermint feel about this place?
How does Peppermint feel about it?
A town of all just prostitution and depravity?
Well,
just grateful to not be stuck in that kind of shit anymore.
Yeah, moving around the town, you don't see even from the slaves, it doesn't seem like anybody here is mistreated. Everybody seems like they are kind of okay with it.
Well,
Even the slaves are like, it is what it is, but it's better than other places we've been. And the prostitutes seem like they're, everybody here seems like they're fairly wealthy.
well,
That's pretty weird.
Yeah.
So Peppermint's weirded out by this place because it's like, it's strange that anybody would voluntarily do that, I guess.
I dropped a 10 gold piece ruby.
Okay. So yeah.
Well, I don't know if it was a ruby. It was a gem. I have 161 of them worth 10 each, and I'm taking one of those.
So for like 50 copper, which is or not 50 copper, 5 copper. They've got roast fowl. They've got porridge and gruel, fruits and nuts, cheese, a cheese platter. They've got for 20 silver pieces. They have a roast joint that they can bring you. I mean, the food's very very inexpensive compared to other inns you've been in. For 9 silver pieces, they sell pints of mead, and it is the sweet, crisp mead. It's more of like a apple-y taste to it.
I'm a sucker for gruel.
Who doesn't like gruel? I mean, come on.
Can make Brian erase a gold piece and we just give him a gold piece and tell them to bring the best they got and keep it coming until we're done?
Sure, you can do that. And so
done.
So they do.
Yeah.
You are able to spend.
I had to delete a gem. I mean,
you are set up. You are able to spend a comfortable night at the inn. You have paid enough that you are left alone, and you get a full night's rest. And you're well fed, and you're all bathed. So I have to close up a bit early. I've got someplace I have to go, but let me divvy up some XP. You guys really, you really have a lot of XP. So 2.
I bet Borman's gonna get level 8 thief tonight. I know I'm gonna get over. Yeah, I was like 50 shy, so I'm sure I'll get that.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna start investing in pickpocketing.
Everybody gets 4,700 XP.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
4,700.
Yes.
You said. Wow.
Yeah, that's what I heard him say. And I was like, did he? What?
Yeah. That is a really good haul.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys might get a level out of that.
Not me, but somebody else.
Somebody will.
That's
well,
cool.
we have a lot of low-level alt classes, like Dentry and his knighthood, and
that's true.
Malachi.
Yeah, I leveled up last game.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, yeah.
You can level up. You can take 1 level per session if you have the XP for it. So.
Yeah. Now.
And that's what 2,350 that goes directly to knight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the knight is definitely already hey, nice. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
You are very welcome. All right, I will see you guys next Saturday at 12 o'clock.
All right, so see you then. Sorry you got to do the funeral. I hope it all goes well.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Good luck.
Have a good one, guys.